what I think is very hard to say goodbye to, or it's just some process, is the relationship with God, like the God that I thought I had, or knew, or I don't know, worship maybe. But there's not really coming something into place, like it was some, I had some connection with it, maybe to say a prayer, hope, or...
Say goodbye to worship, then God will say hello to you. The worship is keeping the distance. Don't worship. Become one with God. As long as you worship, you and God will be separate. The moment you cut off thinking, your substance, God's substance, whole world substance become one. In mystical Christianity, they term it as being in God's presence. But actually, there's no one there. You just stop worshiping, stop making distance between you and God. And then something happens we call the experience of oneness. Then you and God disappear. And then you're complete. Because the distance between you and God also disappeared. And out of that experience comes something that I cannot explain and no one can explain. It's the same thing when you sit and your notion of self disappears. At that time there's no enlightenment, no suffering, no Buddha, no sentient being. We are shooting for that oneness. And that's why in Zen we say, if you meet Buddha, kill Buddha. It's for the same reason. If you have God, don't worship God. Become one with God. And then all these ideas that are man-made, that has nothing to do with our substance, with our true nature, with the world as it is, all these ideas will go away. The intellect will stop buzzing all these things that we believe. And then peace, happiness, compassion, wisdom, togetherness, it's all resulting out of this oneness experience. But for that, we have to sacrifice our own delusions, our own habits, our own ignorance. And look at the way humanity has been arguing about the notion of God for thousands of years. This argument has nothing to do with God itself. So that's why there is this saying, be still and know that your true nature is God. And once you get there, then worship disappears. Also, arrogance and ignorance also disappear. And meditation can help you do that. You don't lose God. You just lose the distance and you lose ignorance. That's all. More questions?
I'm a student of the Course of Miracles, and there is it's a big book, and I read every day, and I read only one thing: forgiveness. And I noticed by myself that it's for me sometimes difficult to forgive some people that hurt me.
Yes, because there's still right and wrong in your heart. It's wrong to be hurt.
I try, but it's
And
very
of course,
difficult.
If you're attached to the past controls you. All these events happened in the past. And please understand that forgiving these people doesn't mean that it's right what they have done to you. Forgiving these people means that you forget them and you're not attached to what they have done, and you get out of the karmic cycle of injury and reparation, crime and punishment, offensive and forgiving. Get out of this cycle. So in this sense, the key to freedom is forgiveness. It doesn't make it right what they've done, but you are finished with them. You don't exact revenge. You don't want to be right or wrong about that. You simply put that to the past. We're done. I forgive you, we're not meeting anymore. If I don't forgive you, we meet again. Your choice.
Thank you.
You're welcome.